Hello everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thanks again for joining me here. Hope you're having an amazing day and you packed your Bitcoin bags because bye 48,000. This is crazy cool stuff here. We're going to talk about where it's going to go next as potential. Basically what you do is you reverse the fibs for this. Keep in mind, I'm just not arbitrarily reversing the Fibonacci retracement levels. I'm effectively ensuring that our daily candlestick closures are taken into consideration first before I do so. It's kind of like a temporary fix to kind of project where the price could go next and hit somewhat of a resistance level based on obviously larger time frame fib levels. So if you're curious about all that and much more, cryptocash.tech is the site if you want to become a better trader. Let's jump into the back-end data here for the 7 days of liquidation. And we can kind of see here there's a really heavy amount of concentration at 48,250. In fact, that looks like they just got destroyed. Hold on, let's zoom in a little bit further. So let's take a quick look at this here. Yep. They got wrecked. Sorry about this. Hold on. There we go. Okay. So if we can kind of zoom in here a little bit, you can see 48,200 all said bye-bye just a moment ago. So again, careful shorting the top, folks, because we don't really know where the top's going to be just yet. Okay. So the truth here is that Bitcoin's going to run for a little while. It's safe to presume the price will be bullish. Shorting the market right now is a bad idea. In general, you just want to consider pumping the brakes if you're considering a short. Just because things are overextended doesn't mean they're not going to pull back, or they are rather. Most things are not going to pull back due to the fact that there's just billions of dollars being pumped in the market. I mean, there's some crazy statistics on the amount of Bitcoin being bought right now. It is insane. I'll try to update you guys a little later there once we have a candlestick close, but that's where we're at. So, okay, so simply put, no liquidation below the price, tons above just got swept. For the most part, it could start pulling back because it just took care of all that upper liquidity, but it could also continue up here to this 49,300 mark or even higher. Keep in mind, 51,000 is a previous weekly candlestick closure, so that level is important. I have that drawn on the map here from previous. So 51K could be the next largest focal point. There's also 50,000 even for that 1.414 fib. So I think both these things are potential. 51,000 seems like a strong likelihood. Okay, so again, just keep in mind, it's going to keep going. Hope you filled your Bitcoin bags before this took place. And even if not, it's not too late to get in now, honestly. I'm not saying the price is going to go to the moon, but again, when the US gets involved in these things, it's a pretty big deal. And we got billions of dollars flowing into those ETFs today. So pretty sizable thing there. Okay, so that having been said, if we take a look at everything, what we want to look at is the few key factors here on the daily. There isn't going to be a whole heck of a lot that's going to be confirming any type of bearish sentiment. We've already talked about previously how the price action is due to continue higher and that there's no consideration for the price to pull back. Okay, again, it's going to have to hit pullback at one point, but for the most part right now, it's best to just presume the price will continue to go up until it doesn't. And the best course of action also isn't to try to short the top because you don't know where the top's at. It's best to reinvest if the price pulls back. Emphasis on if. We don't know it's going to pull back, so the best thing to do is to get in when you can. Try not to, I would say, FOMO in, but it's kind of already too late for that. So MACD is converging in the 4-hour time frame. We can see that pretty clear as day. It's hard not to when you break a most recent high. We can also see here, all green lights here to leave a long position open. So we broke right through 70 in the RSI. Typically when we see that, the price will stay above that for 5 to 15 candles. It's almost a full day or two's worth of momentum. So I'd be very surprised and remiss if the price pulls back significantly. But again, you got to recognize too, there's going to be some pressure at these upper levels because this is kind of newer price discovery for the year or the last couple years for that matter, and anything could really happen. So to me, I kind of prefer just to kind of stay on the sidelines here. We do already have a Bitcoin trade open. We've got a couple of profit targets in this range here. I'll have to double check which ones those are. But we're definitely looking pretty solid here, as a matter of fact. So at this point, I'm not going to jump into anything at this point. I'm going to just go ahead and continue to pump the brakes and just relax and take it easy. Okay. Again, you can do what you want. Of course, obviously, you are your own trader, and I hope that you can find value. But with Bitcoin itself, this coin itself, I'm talking about, I don't want to jump into a trade right now at this point. Again, it's definitely going to continue higher. There's no other way around it. So you're better off taking it along if you're going to consider an entry. Having said all that, we're not really massively overextended. There's no real reason to kind of consider the price action to go much, to pull instantly back. But I also wouldn't be surprised too, because profits are going to be taken from some pretty large traders, okay? And they're not traders like you and I, trust me on that. All right, so when it comes to the 1 hour time frame, what we're gonna look at is a few other things as well. Let's go ahead and double check the Ichimoku cloud. We already know that this is gonna be set and solid. We can look at some moving averages as well. But generally speaking, honestly, there's really nothing indicating the price is going to pull back. We have solid green lights on pretty much every single time frame. We're going to probably see this as a common narrative today for most coins too. It's not like there's going to be any like really massive, changes in the market. It's just everything's going up, and there's no other way around it. You see very few red coins today. All right, so it's a pretty cool market. So again, you can literally throw meat at the wall today and probably make it stick. It's probably going to be a good situation, but I would also just emphasize the importance of pumping the brakes a little bit, because this little inflated time frame. Keep in mind, when the market open, traditional markets open, the first 30 to 60 minutes are very volatile. Okay, that's why you typically want to wait or not trade into that. Let that happen, and then see what happens next. So I'm willing to bet in the next couple of hours we'll see it calm down a little bit, and then trailing, getting closer to the candlestick closure, we will then see the price action start to move again. Okay, so again, open market, closed market at those times, they're very, very volatile, and usually best just in general to avoid it altogether. So that's where we're at here. I know it's not much of an analysis, but it is what it is, and this doesn't happen too often, so enjoy it while we got it. So I guess the key takeaway here is that 49,300, 50,000, and 51,000 are really, really close approximates to what the next levels are going to be for potential resistance areas. If the price doesn't pull them back, 48,000 would be a sensible number. We can also see back down here at about 47,000, maybe a secondary to that. So pretty round numbers here, 47, 48, 49, 50, and 51. It's almost exactly on the nose there, minus 49,300. So again, I'll post a layout chart here on our Twitter, Telegram, and Discord. Thank you so much for watching. And again, sorry it wasn't an eventful one here today, but it's just kind of the way that is, folks. Again, just calm down, relax, try not to get too overexcited. When you are crazy and you get excitable and you're trading, it's usually not a good combination. But again, it's okay to feel happy and excited about this. This is a very big deal for us. But on the same accord, don't let that control your emotions, and try not to get, if you get that like adrenaline feeling, that same feeling you get when you go to the casino, you probably should pump the brakes and take a walk and come back. Trust me on this, folks. Bad decisions happen all the time in trading, and a lot of it comes from up here. All right, folks, thanks again for watching. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Last but not least, of course, for anyone who's registered for my Bitunix, with my link, you're eligible automatically for this trading competition. You just have to hit join now, click the link down below. Make sure, of course, you had used my link to register, otherwise you wouldn't be eligible, but it's definitely a good consideration. No KYC, no VPN exchange. Awesome stuff. Thanks again, Bitunix. Phenomenal work. Greatly appreciate you. We'll see you all in the next one. Have a good rest of your day. Take care.